Hello, bonjour, Savan. How are we today? It is a beautiful sunny day here in southwestern Ontario, Canada, by the shores of Lake Huron. It's Thursday, November the 13th, 2025. I'm just coming on. There were two things that are coming up to talk about. One, I just wanted to share with you about what happened after meditation today. So, as you know, sometimes after I have a meditation, I kind of, I don't know, go out of body. It's like I fall into this very deep sleep and things change. The situation changes. So it's like I go into a dream state. It's not really a dream. I don't know how to call it. It's just a different frequency zone. Let's put it that way. I think that's the best way to explain it. Anyway, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does happen, there are some very vivid memories that come through. There's some very vivid visions, and so on and so on. I usually do remember it because it's usually exactly 1 hour. And yeah, all kinds of weird and wonderful things happen. But what I wanted to talk about today was kind of sort of different because I did some time traveling, which, we do here. And I went into the past and I'm trying to figure out what time frame it was. I'm just not 100% sure. Anyway, I'll explain what happened because this was so very clear. And I was really trying not to participate in it. I kept trying to come back and I couldn't come back. It wasn't happening. So I guess I had to go through with it. So what happened in my experience this morning was that I'm standing in front of this store in another time period, like maybe in my mom's time period when she was young. She was born in 1920. My dad was 1917. Anyway, I'm just thinking, it's not a super duper long time ago. And I walk into this store, and it's this huge, gigantic store with all kinds of shelves with merchandise. And there's a man there, and he approached me. We started talking. He liked me, he was attracted to me, and we just kept having this conversation. I don't even remember the conversation, but I remember I didn't want to stay there, so I was trying to, exit out the indoor. And I knew if I could just open my eyes, I would be back, but I couldn't open my eyes. And I tried, and even through the lids, there was this bright light. Just kind of, see how bright that light is? It's kind of sort of like that, but brighter. And there was no way I couldn't do that and be safe because it was too much light for me. So fine, I'll go back. So I go back. I'm standing in front of the door of this big gigantic store, which I don't even think they had back then. But anyway, things are crazy when you do these sorts of things. Um, so I go through the door again. The guy is still there. This time he wants to show me around the store. He seems to be running the place, or he has some job in authority or something. So then he has this bag, and he goes to the back of the store, and there's one of the shelves with merchandise on it. And he takes out this paper bag, and there's this white powder in it. And he starts sprinkling the white powder along this one particular shelf. I'm thinking, why would you do that? For one, like, I don't know what the white powder is at the moment. Why would you do that? Then you got to vacuum it up or clean it up or wipe it up. Like, you're making a mess. I'm just being a little OCD here. Like, clean up your mess, buddy. Why are you making a mess in the store? But I'm standing there watching. I'm supposed to just watch and observe and take in everything he does and what he says. So that's what I do. And as I'm watching the white powder, I'm thinking, this doesn't make any sense to me. What is his purpose? Why is he doing this? And then the thought came to me, well, what is the white powder in the first place? And as I focused and tuned into the white powder, the thought came to me that it's cocaine. And I'm like, whoa, what what are you doing? Like, do you know what this stuff is? So I tell him I'm from the future. He's kind of like, okay, all right, lady, tongue in cheek. But he likes me, so he's kind of respectful with a little bit of disdain thrown in there, And I just said, I'll just tell you this one thing from the future. I mean, I could tell you many things, but I'm going to tell you one thing from the future. And he goes, oh, he's laughing, kind of joking. Oh, fine, just tell me. And I told him this powder, he shouldn't be doing this, and that in the future, that if he kept spreading around this white powder, I don't know why, that this would be very harmful to the health of many, many, many. I didn't tell him how many people, but I said it would be very harmful to many people in the future, and you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't even start doing this. And he's just disregarding me, of course, because, he wants to do it, so he's going to do it, and he doesn't care about hurting all these people. He just really wanted to do it. So then I'm kind of like, okay, like I'm done with the message. I gave the message, like what I was supposed to do. I want to come back. I want to open up my eyes now. So then I was able to come back to this time period, get back into this particular body frame, and I woke up. In other words, I came back into this body. And then the thought came to me, well, I remember my mom got really hooked on drinking Coca-Cola, and if you will remember as well, that of course they did put, that's why they called it Cola, because they put cocaine in the drink. That's what made it so addictive, and that's how they made so much money. Of course, at a certain point, I don't remember what year it was. I don't even know if I knew what year it was when they stopped doing that, but anyway. So that was kind of weird, but it was so strong. It was so clear in the vision and the conversation. A little bit muddled here or there. I don't really remember everything that this man and I talked about, leading to that one particular scene, which seemed to be the most important thing. Oh yes, the beeping is just my dishwasher's done. This is a cleaning day. Gotta go clean the house after this. That was the one thing. We are time travelers. Some of us, most of us, and others of us maybe not so much. So if you are into time traveling, just know it seems to be getting a heck of a lot easier. And I think more importantly, more recognizable. I don't know, for whomever, whatever purpose, whoever needs to hear us for whatever purpose I needed to say it, there you go. And if you don't know anything about this, well, now you know. It does exist. We are time travelers after all. Okay. And I am from the future. I think I've told you that before. You see, when your memory codes start waking up, you remember who you are and where you're from. And no one can take that away from you. Once you know, you know. It's a good thing. You feel very calm and peaceful and at ease because for once you remember who you are and what you're doing here and what your soul purpose plan is, and all that stuff. So it's nice. The other thing that's of concern to me in 3D me, I have been noticing something that I do want to talk about today. Now, as you know, if you've You know who I am in 3D. You followed me for a while on my other YouTube channel or wherever, however you know this about me, that I grew up with my brothers, older brothers. There weren't girls in the neighborhood for me to play with or whom I was allowed to play with when I was a child growing up. So I kind of ran with the boys. There was always a big gang of boys. Played with them because there was nobody else. And I have sons. I don't have daughters. Most of my friends during this lifetime have been male friends, more so than female friends. But there are times when I've come into spending time with different groups of women. I find doing this work, it's more female oriented than males. It's not that I don't have male clients, because I do, and they're wonderful. They're all wonderful. I find men, when they finally wake up, they're so fast in their progression and in their process of waking up. And I find it's just wonderful to work with. I enjoy that. Women, we're more open to things. We are more highly intuitive, but we take a longer period of time. We do have other distractions in our lives. But anyway, long story short, I've been spending more time with women than I have in the past of my lifetime here in the now. And what I find, and what I've always found in this lifetime, is that when dealing with women or talking or having a relationship with females, very different than males. Women and men think very differently. They therefore talk differently. They emote differently. They experience life differently. And I think because I was, raised with wolves, that I do tend to function, think, behave more, along the masculine. I do enjoy being with women and sharing experiences. Only a woman can understand when we're dealing with emotional things with our children or our husbands or lovers or boyfriends or whomever. I mean, there is that camaraderie. It's a very deep camaraderie, deeply based emotional understanding there. But what I do find, and what concerns me, is the jealousy factor. And I'm not saying men aren't jealous of each other, because they are, but the jealousy factor that interrupts, ruins female relationships. If we can all be secure enough in ourselves, then we don't have to be jealous and in comparison and competition with anybody else. And like I said, men get jealous too. I get it. But this is the one thing I find. There's this comparison, the competition, thus the jealousy, and then the bad mouthing, the backstabbing. It's unpleasant, it's unnecessary, it's uncalled for. Doesn't have to be that way. If we can just come from more love for each other, then we don't have to deal with those lower ways of being. It's our choice how we think. It's not like there's one better than the other, okay? We each have our own individual talents, abilities, skills, whatever, We all look differently. I think we get into comparison, women with other women, in regards to appearance a lot of the time, whereas I think men tend to get into comparison with maybe their masculinity, or how much money they make, or their position in authority in society, that kind of thing. So I think we each have our own different kind of things that we compare and contrast with each other. And I know the emphasis has been in the past on women to look beautiful. that is what society has put on us as females. That's our role. Um, I think that's an unnecessary part of the puzzle. Again, if we start coming from more love rather than coming from the insecurities, the unworthiness, um, I don't look as good as you, and the man, I make more money than you, I'm better than you. If we can get out of that very low mindset, again, of the comparison, competition, and thus spiraling down into the jealousy factor, then we would be able to function in a higher, lighter way, in a higher context of being. Lift our frequency up higher as a result, get along with each other, love each other more, have a happier association with each other, work together better rather than, pitting, one group against the other or whatever. It's a sore point, I know, and I think if I'm hearing to talk about it, then I guess it's time we talk about it. Perhaps people have talked about it. I know I don't really focus on that here, but it's been crossing my mind again in the last day or two. And I'm like, okay, let's bring it up. Let's discuss it. One thing I'm here to do is shine a light and talk about things that other people don't want to talk about. I have a way of putting my foot in it. What is that? Hoof and mouth disease? Foot in my mouth? I see it, I say it, and it comes out. People don't want to hear it. They know it, but it's like, if we just don't talk about it, we don't have to acknowledge it. Well, therefore, you don't change it, though, either, do you? You don't elevate it. You don't level it up. Okay, let me look in the mirror here. Let me look at, why do I feel that insecure? What do I not like about myself? So with women, maybe it's something in your physical appearance, because you've been taught as children, the beautiful one, gets it all. And the men, like the more money they have, they get it all. I know those are stereotypes. I know those are paradigms. But it is masculine and feminine roles. Okay? We have masculine and feminine in us. It is who we are. It's what we are. So it's time to come together and appreciate the differences and the beauty in getting along with each other and accepting and appreciating those differences. So if we can drop that unworthiness pattern, that not feeling good enough, and then the guilt about, how we treat people badly because we don't feel good enough within ourselves, and then the spiraling down into, my car is bigger than your car. I've heard men talk like that. My car is better than your car, so I'm a better person, right? So that does not make me a better person. I think so. No, I'm sorry to burst that bubble, but no, that has nothing to do with it. How do you love? How do you treat people? How happy are you? How much joy do you produce? How much mediation and helping people to get along with each other? All right? That's an admirable thing. That's a beautiful thing. Not how big is your house or how much money you have or how beautiful you are or how smart you are. Can't forget the intelligence factor. Or how high up the political ladder you are. Those are superficial things. They're gone in the blink of an eye. Okay. So my hope, my dream, my creation stabilities are now flooding into the arena of helping people to see and appreciate themselves, no matter what they see in the mirror, no matter what they see in their bank account, no matter where they live, no matter what they say or do, or how much intelligence they have, or how much psychic ability they have, or how spiritual they are, or how religious they are. I mean, let's just drop all that. That's what holds us back. That's low. Once you can get to the point of opening up your subconscious waves of thought and seeing and appreciating who you are, no matter what traumas you've been through, no matter what advice you've been given, no matter what brainwashing you've had, cultural training, no matter what. And you see yourself as pure light. It's love light. It's beautiful. We're all beautiful. If you're feeling less than, that's just a little bit of brainwashing, okay, to bring you down. The negative powers that used to be love to see you feeling less than and not good enough. Sabotages your relationships. It ruins them. It destroys families. Let's step out of that. Let's not indulge in that. These are fantasies. They're not real, like we talked about yesterday. None of this is real. Right? You're to learn and grow here. This is an experiential realm. So let's grow, let's love, let's appreciate each other. Let's not worry about appearances. Let's not worry about all that money and all that other stuff we get caught up in this third density. Enjoy what we have in the now. It's a beautiful day, it's sunny. I see blue sky for the first time since, I think, the 8th of November. Mercury retrograde, first 3 days in, first 3 days out are always dicey. Weather, traffic, take note, you'll see that. So we've had a heck of a number of days here. Snow, I think it's all gone. Yeah, looking out my big window here. Snow is all gone. Yay, yay. Back to fall instead of winter weather. So enjoy that. Enjoy your peace. Enjoy the company of people who really love you and see you for who you are and accept you, flaws and all, scars and all. Yeah, those are the ones you keep with you. But let's develop more friendships. Let's develop more love for each other and kindness and support. And drop this viewing like everybody's better than me, so I got to bring them down. And then I'll feel better about myself. Let's drop that. It's very narcissistic. Let's just drop it, okay? Let's give it a try. Let's love everybody, everywhere. Drop the prejudices, drop all of our old conditioning where we're pitted against one another. Drop the judgment. Goes on ourself first and then on everybody else. Come from a kinder, loving, more open heart and heart chakras. Feels good. You're going to like it. You're going to love yourself more. And you're going to love all those other people as well around you. Whether they've been nice to you or not. Doesn't matter. Because when they're not nice, it's because they're not happy with themselves. And that's the sad part. But you can love them anyway. Don't have to be around them if you don't want to. But you can love them anyway. Flaws and all. We're growing, we're learning, we're adapting, we're changing. Yes, we're evolving into our higher light. Let's help each other do that and progress in our higher light. God bless. We give you peace, love, and light. We're speaking to you from our angelic might. For any of you who wish to book an appointment with us, you can go to the website www.healingourenergy.ca. Book your appointment there. And I'm going to go. We'll speak again. Bye for now.